I see a lot of arguing on the internet over airsoft versus air rifles, and a lot of people use the terms for each one without knowing what they are, and basically sound like idiots and can derail sort of good discussions on them. So here I've got both an airsoft and an air rifle, and trying to explain the difference. Okay, so an airsoft gun fires plastic BBs, and they're generally used for something called skirmishing, which is where people basically shoot each other with them for fun. And airsoft guns are designed to maybe sting when they hit you, but not to properly hurt you or leave any permanent injuries. So I don't like to call them toys, but I think a toy is a good sort of classification to explain the difference between an air gun or an air rifle. And further back we have the Crossman Nitro Venom, and that's my air rifle. It's a 2.2 air rifle, so it shoots a 2.2 pellet, and the pellet is essentially the same as a bullet, but just the bullet head and not any of the cartridge, because although some air rifles in power are equal to firearms, they can't actually be firearms by definition, because they use high pressure air to fire a pellet from the barrel and not actually use combustion to fire a pellet. Okay, that's the major differences. Now, what confuses things is sometimes air rifles can be called BB guns, because some air rifles do fire BBs. This one doesn't, as it has a rifled barrel, and I wouldn't really want to shoot a BB from it anyway because pellets are so cheap. But yeah, when an air rifle shoots a pellet, it's normally a copper BB or a lead BB, and they're designed to be quite small and light, and if you got shot by one it would probably go sort of an inch or less into your skin, but it would certainly hurt. An airsoft gun would never do that, even a high power one. And to also explain differences, I think this airsoft gun I've got here is about 150 feet per second or so, and a lot of the more professional skirmishing ones are about 350 feet per second. The air rifle, by comparison, is, depending on the weight of the pellet, about 800 feet per second. So as you can understand, that's quite a difference. And the air rifle pellet weighs quite a lot more than the BB guns pellet, the airsoft guns BB. And air rifles are designed for hunting, and you could easily kill somebody with an air rifle. In the UK we have about 12 deaths each year with air rifles, some of them deliberate, some accidental. Because yeah, it shoots essentially what could be a bullet at speeds just under the speed of sound normally. So if you get hit by one, it's going to cause you a lot of damage, and you definitely wouldn't want to be shot by one. So to try and make the point, what I'm going to do now is shoot some things, shoot the same targets with both, and I'll show you how the air rifle does a lot more than the BB gun would, and hopefully it will, exemplify my point about the differences between airsoft and air rifles. And here's just a close-up on the pellets. There's a plastic airsoft BB on the left, which is a 6mm pellet. The air rifle pellets on the right, they're 2.2, which is 5.5mm on the right. So the airsoft BB is slightly larger, but obviously the air rifle pellets are longer and they're shaped more like actual bullets. Now this is what I'll be shooting at with both guns. There's a yellow pages book on the left, so we can see how far the pellet or the BB go through if the BB manages to go through. To the right of that there's a pear, and we'll see if the BB gun can actually even manage to get into the pear. And then there's a bottle of Listerine filled with red paint and water, and hopefully we'll see if the BB can penetrate it at all and how much of a hole it makes, and then we'll see what the air rifle does to the same thing. I'll be shooting it from about 5 yards away where that pole is there, so 5 or 6 yards away. So first off we have the airsoft gun, and I'll be shooting that from about 5 yards. Okay, now we'll see if it did anything. By the look of it, there's a couple of dents in the yellow pages, but nothing substantial. It hasn't gone through to the next page at all. The pear looks a bit bruised, but nothing really's happened to it, and the Listerine looks fully intact. Okay, we'll repeat the test of the air rifle. And now we'll repeat the test using the air rifle. you might have been able to tell we had some more impressive results with that lot. Okay, so he's bleeding out down there. Looks like quite an actual big hole it's made there because it's leaking at a decent speed. Okay, so with the book, both rounds have gone through. One pellet stopped about 184 pages in. The head is completely sort of crushed in, and the other pellet managed to get about 256 pages in. That's impressive, and the head's flattened on that one as well. Okay, now with the pair, I'm afraid, right, if I pop that down there, I'm afraid with the pair it got shot quite low, so it wasn't quite as explosive as I was hoping. There's the entry hole, and there's the exit hole there. So you can see it's caused quite a bit of damage to the pair, a lot more than the BB gun did, or airsoft gun. Okay, and here's the Listerine bottle. That's made a pretty clean entrance hole there, and there's also an exit hole there, and as you can see the hole's been big enough to actually cause it to essentially bleed. So I hope that demonstrates the difference in power between an airsoft and an actual air rifle. Thank you for watching, hope it's been interesting.